That will be my next two quotations. So this is the culture of Jacob. This is what Jacob did. So if I go and do same, am I satanic? If I'm satanic by doing that, then it means that Jacob worshiped Satan. Because Jacob did it. If by sacrificing lamb, by sacrificing ram, goat, pigeon, dove, I'm doing satanic work, then Abraham worshipped Satan because Abraham did it. Those were our ancestors that the European came to take their stories, change their names, put their names inside there, turn the stories upside down, brought it back to us. So the mistake of the black man is that when he takes the Bible, he doesn't put the Bible in his own context. The black man takes the Bible and puts it in the context within which the European man put it for him. What am I saying? I'm saying that if you take this Bible, the God spoken about in this Bible, make you, your household deity, your family spirit, and your ancestral stools, make that ancestral stool the deity here, and sing all the psalms in here to that God in your house. Yes, there are powerful quotations here, powerful words here that when you use, energies move. Yes, there's no power in this Bible, but the words here, when you evoke the words, the power follows it. So when you take this Bible, the good things written about the God here, use those ones for the God in you, your land. Imagine going to your altar to sing, there is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. What do you think the God will do for you? Huh? You go to your stool house and you sing, my helper, oh, my helper, my helper, oh, my helper. There is something that makes me come into your presence, my helper. The energies and ancestors in your home will rise in arms against your enemies. But we black people, we don't reason. We do not reason. We do not reason. Because we do not reason, anything that we take, we do not put it in our own context. The way the European man gave us the Bible, we use it just like that. So the song that you've been singing in the Christian temples for European deities, sing those songs for your own ancestral gods, for the river deities in your homes, in your villages. So when you have an altar today, altar of earth, people call you satanic. When you have an altar, someone heard that I have an altar of earth, and then the person was all over the place, criticizing me up and down. Let's go to Exodus and see those altars that we have been seeing in our family two houses, that small room in your family that has been locked down. When you go inside that room, you will see they've used earth to make a mound. And then that's where your family head has been pouring wine and blood. Alright? Let's see who instructed black people to be doing those things. I'm going into the Bible and I'll show you who instructed black people to be doing those things. Let's go to Exodus. Let's go to Exodus chapter 20. Chapter 20, verse 24. Now, even before that, let me even go to verse 18. I'll come and do special preaching about this particular thing I'm coming to say. But let me just chip it off here. Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. When the people heard the thunder and the trumpet. Let me start again. When the people heard the thunder and the trumpet blast and saw the lightning and the smoking mountain, they trembled with fear and stood a long way off. They said to Moses, if you speak to us, we will listen. But we are afraid that if God speaks to us, we will die. So Exodus 20, this is where the Bible says that God appeared to the Israelites to come and give them the 10 commandments from heaven. Direct. Alright? This is where God appeared to come and give them the 10 commandments. And when God appeared, let's see the signs that show that God appeared. It says, when the people heard the thunder, the trumpet blast, and saw the lightning and smoking mountain, they trembled with fear and stood a long way off. They said to Moses, if you speak to us, we will listen. But we are afraid that if God speaks to us, we will die. So when God showed himself to the Israelites, he came with thunder. So why is Adinasari saying that the thunder God in Nokopo makes the town demonic? Also wabong onsiane. The pastors are more bon omusiane. They don't know anything about spiritism. All deities bow to the thunder God. They don't know anything about spiritism. They don't know anything. They claim they are spiritual. And they go to India and take small deities and bring into Ghana to come and work. And when they lay their hands and people fall, which people we all can do easily, they raise their horns and say what? See, the people haven't done anything to him. That's why people still see him walking. And if they say they will strike him, even if me, I say I'll do something to that man, I don't have any negative intentions in me. I don't wish to use the small knowledge I've gotten from my ancestors to do bad. But if I claim that I want to do something to him, it will get him. I just have to take an egg and I just move to a river and say, Adinasari says that if people are demonic, today speak on the egg. If you people are there and you think you have power, show me that you have power. Hit the egg on the ground. When you succeed in doing whatever you want to do to him and you give me proof that you have succeeded, I'll come back and give you thanksgiving. Just give him 3 months and see, let's see what will happen. But see, we are trying to cleanse the system. We don't want anybody to come and tag us that we are satanic, we are demonic, and we have been using the powers that we have for demonic reasons. So I posted long ago that they shouldn't mind him, because he himself is the devil coming to make us fall in the trap set for us by the devils. So according to some Exodus chapter 20, when God showed himself, thunder was around, and the thunder deity, that's, I won't even mention the name, but let me mention that because I want to make, I have teachings about it. Let me give the other, because it has many names. That's Tohono. That's what the Europeans told and came to tell you that the thunder god is called Thor. If you have watched Avengers before, Avengers movie, they said the thunder god is called what? Thor. The name is Tohono. If you are ever, tell me if I'm lying. Let your light shine, Mr. Kans. Lincoln, Abraham, you're welcome. Thanks. Let your light shine. My light is shining today. So the name of the thunder god is called Tohono. And after the European came here and tarnished the Tohono for you, they went back and made a movie which they got billions of dollars. And the name of the thunder god that is in that movie is called Thor, Thor. The name of the thunder god is Tohono. The other name is Havieso. There's another name that's very sacred. That's what they put in the Bible as Tetragrammaton, the YHWH. I'll come and make a preaching. I'll come and preach about it. And I'll give you over 10 quotations in the Bible that Thor or Tohono is the Most High written about in this Bible. I'll come and give you both Old and New Testament. That's not the reason why I came today. My reason today is that the deities in our villages, in our homes, are they satanic and demonic? If they are demonic, why is it that after we run away from them and went into the church where they claim that that's where the Most High dwells, why are these deities in our homes still after us? Wherever we go, they tell us that our issue is coming from our homes, and our household deity is against us and chasing us, and our life is being so bad. Look around you. Look into your life. Look into the life of your cousins. Check your aunties. Look at your sisters. You see that the life of your sisters is the same as that of your aunties. If your sisters are being ashawo, or excuse my words, if your sisters are being very ashawo, check your aunties too. You see that your aunties are also the same thing. If your sisters are not getting husbands, check your aunties. You realize that your aunties and your cousins are also having the same problem. Why is that? It's because you have run away from your roots. That angel in your family, that's supposed to make sure that you have everything on silver platter. If you serve it well, you have run away from it. So there's no deity in your life now seeking your own light, your own life, your own progress. There's no deity. Your household deity is doing like this. He's not doing it. He or she is not doing his or her work. So when you go anywhere, they will tell you that yes, your issue is from home. Yes, it is from home. Why is it from home? It is from home because the spirit in your house has stopped working. So you are not protected. Any witch anywhere can just strike you. Anybody that you step on their toes can just strike you. Alright? So they will tell you, the pastors will tell you that the energy or the issue you are encountering is from your home. Why can't they do anything to help? Because they don't have the mandate to help. I'll use this Bible to tell you, to show you that it is the Most High that placed those deities in your families. Now let me go to Exodus chapter 20 again. And this time we are going to verse 24. The pastors have lied to us for so long. My father wanted me to become a pastor. God forbid for me to become a pastor, and I'll lie to Africans, deceive them for their money. So, Exodus chapter 20. Let me start from 22. The Lord commanded Moses to say to the Israelites, "You have seen how I, the Lord, have spoken to you from heaven. Do not make for yourself gods of silver or gold to be worshipped in addition to me." To be worshipped in addition to me. I will explain this part. Gods of silver or gold to be worshipped in addition to me. I will explain that part. Do not make yourselves gods of silver or gold to be worshipped in addition to me. Now, verse 24. Make an altar for me. No, make an altar of earth. This is the point. Make an altar of earth for me. And on it, sacrifice what? Sacrifice your sheep and your cattle as offerings to be completely burnt and as fellowship offerings. In every place that I set aside for you to worship me, I'll come to you and bless you. Make an altar of earth. Make an altar of earth. What is an altar of earth? Altar of earth is a mound. We use the soil to make a mound. And under it, we put certain herbs of the particular deity that we are doing the altar for. We put certain herbs in there because each spirit, each angel, each spirit, and the Most High Himself has their herbs in the forest. So if you know the herbs, you go and get them, put them together, you enchant the sound formless on them. You put them under the altar of earth. And then that's where you put your wine, you put your blood on it. And then the deity will respond. So this is the Most High telling Moses to tell the Israelites that they should make an altar of earth for him. And what would they do? They should sacrifice their sheep. Let me go back to it. Make an altar of earth for me and sacrifice on it your sheep and your cattle as offerings. So when you go to an African shrine home and you see them cutting animals and pouring their blood on that mound, that's the altar of earth that the Most High taught them to do. Taught them to do.
Hello. Wow, awesome.
You're welcome.
Thank
So that's the altar of earth that the Most High taught
you.
Africans. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You're welcome. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining.
Okay.
So the Most High said, make an altar of earth for me. So when you go to an African home and they kill the animals and pour the blood on that mound that you see, that's the altar of earth in the Bible.
Wow, you are preaching to me.
And no, I'm talking to Africans about the Bible that the Europeans came to come them.
Continue, I'm listening. Hello.
So So the
Abdul.
deities in our families
Abdul what?
are never satanic because everything that we do in
Fine.
our families
I'm
as
fine.
Africans today,
I'm fine. Good
uh,
evening.
everything that we do in
What's this one
in
saying?
Africans today
Hello?
were done in the Bible.
Hello?
So if it is in the
Yeah.
Bible and the Christians take this Bible and tell the African
Good
man that
evening.
those things you are doing in your families are satanic, then the Christian
Can you
is
hear
lost.
me?
He
Brother,
doesn't
speak
know what
louder.
he's
Should I
saying.
talk?
Now we can't hear what you're saying.
It's,
Don't agree.
hello, do you
Guys,
hear
stop
me?
on my screen. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Huh?
Ah,
Life is guy alone.
good
No one
evening.
interesting. To the red
Sorry,
guy.
All
I'll
right,
be back.
all right, be back later. All right. So what I'm saying is that all these things that we do in Africa, in our shrines, are also here in the Bible. The European man copied it. The European man copied all our culture and put them here. And they found ways of punishing them in the Bible again. And they brought it back to us, Africa, and say, take it. And when we take it, we also don't have the mind that we have to put that thing in our own context. So everything good here, every song that's here, that's good. Sing it for the family deity. Sing it for the angels in your homes. Sing it
Huh?
for the shrines in your homes. Don't sing it for any European deity. Because author of earth is also in the Bible, demanded by the Most High. So I do not recommend this book for anybody because if you don't know anything about spirituality and you read it, it will enslave you. Well, that's the purpose for which the European man brought it, to enslave Africans. The question is that why did they wait until the missionaries came into Africa before the administrators joined them?
Okay.
Kana jina ne?
Now?
Kana jina?
Now, Junka.
Ya ne?
Eh.
Ya yi lafiya yau.
Lafiya lau wallahi. Ya gari. Lafiya kalau.
Why did
Ya yamma.
Lafiya
the
alhamdulillah.
European send the missionary back
To
into
me labari
Africa
ne.
Labari na wajen ku.
before the administrators joined? Their
Ni
job
kuma
was simple. The missionary was supposed to come into Africa,
buga
and
mana a
when they
bakin
come,
fama.
hello,
Eh?
you guys are disturbing a bit, please.
Kana ji na?
Ina jin ka.
Ina jin ka.
Baba ya
Me ne?
Mafuta abubuwan nan.
Allah lafiya lau.
Ya aka yi
Ba
ne
ya
to
kake?
kwana takwas. Ban sami ka ɓoye. Baba ya ware ba ya kamata a ce ko
All right. So sorry, guys. I beg you. I'm teaching here. So when you talk through my teachings, you are a bit disturbing. So Exodus chapter 20 talks about author of earth. Now let me take you to Numbers chapter 28. All right, Numbers 28, and we will see what we do on the author of earth, even though Exodus has said it. Numbers 28. Numbers 28. Now let me show you this. The title of this, Numbers 28. I don't know if it's clear. The title is Daily Offerings or the Regular Offerings. The Regular Offerings. So I'll start from verse 1. The Lord commanded Moses to instruct the Israelites to present to God at the appointed times the required food offering that are pleasing to him. Food offering that are pleasing to him. These are the food offerings, that's verse 3. These are the food offerings that are to be presented to the Lord. For the daily burnt offerings, 2 one-year-old male lambs without any defects. That's daily offering, every day, daily. 2 one-year-old lamb. Ojaiba awadi 2 ojaiba mienu awadi 1 year. Verse 4. Offer the first lamb in the morning and the second lamb in the evening. each with a grain offering of 1 kilogram of flour mixed with 1 liter of best olive oil. Check the verse 4 again because there's a lie here. I'll decode it for you. So this is the culture of Africa, and we Africans that are spiritualists and we are into rituals and we are into tradition. We know. Verse 5. With each grain offering of 1 kilogram of flour mixed with 1 liter of best olive oil. What is the grain offering? The grain offering is maize milled into flour. The one they call akolesam or akolesam. Maize milled into flour. And then they mix red oil. The one that the guys call it popoy. The guys call it popoy. The others also do it. So you melt the maize into flour and you mix it with red oil. It becomes red. I've already done a video about this on my YouTube channel. Go on my YouTube channel and search African spirituality in the Bible. Like libational prayers. African spirituality in the Bible. You will see that one there. I'll put pictures and everything on there. How we do this food the Bible is talking about. You mill the maize, that's grain offering. The grain is the maize. So you mill it into flour. Then you add red oil to it. That's what we give to the deities. Let me continue. You will see other things here. It also mentioned lamb, 1 year old lamb. In which continent do they offer lamb to deities? Africa. Right? When you go to the accounts, they rather do what they call eto. That one, they use plantain, ripe plantain, and the unripe plantain together. They mash it into flour, and they add red oil, and they add eggs, 3 eggs. That's the flour offering with oil, which olive oil. Who uses olive oil for eto or for popoy? We use red oil, not olive oil. The oil that is in the Bible that we use to pray is not olive oil. It's red oil. Go and watch on my YouTube. I've done video about it and I showed you pictures and videos whereby African priests are using the red oil to pray. Now let me continue. Verse 6. This is the daily offering that is completely burnt, which was first offered at Mount Sinai as a food offering, a smell pleasing to the Lord. This is a lie. The food, we do not burn it. It's not burnt offering. We do not burn it. We put the food in a bowl and leave it there on the altar. And after some days, either 1 day or 3 days, you go and throw it away. What happens? The energies come, they take out the energy in the food. They extract the energy in the food and leave the raw food like that. So you take it and go and throw it away. This African culture. But the black man reads the Bible without putting it in the pot. If you read this Bible in a shrine, it makes sense. But if you send this Bible into the Christian temple, it doesn't make sense. There's no one bit sense here because the culture here, Christians don't practice it. So they read it, they don't understand. They read it, they don't understand. My goal here is that today, this is the second time I'm doing live video. If I'm able to get 100 coins, I'm dashing free ritual, free good luck ritual. That's very easy to do. Free good luck ritual. That's very easy to do. The deities in our homes, are they satanic? And how am I proving it? I am proving the culture in our homes and just opposing it against the Bible culture and see if there is any difference. And the lies in the Bible, I extract it out and point it to you and explain why it's a lie. So let me continue. Verse 7. As the wine offering with the first lamp, wine offering, listen, wine offering. This libation here. As the wine offering with the first lamp, pour out at the altar 1 liter of wine. In the evening, offer the second lamp in the same way as the morning offering, together with its wine offering. It is also a food offering, a smell pleasing to the Lord. So, what is God, the Bible God asking here? Blood, lamb, that's blood. 2, food. That's eto or popoy. 3, wine. Other versions, if you read the NLV, it says strong wine. Strong wine. That's alcohol. So 3 things that we give our energies. 3 things: blood, food. That's eto or popoy, and strong wine. That's alcohol. It's African culture. In the Bible, African culture. So if you compare the culture here to the culture of African shrine people, then you know that the people here are also Africans, black people. I'll later come and teach about why even the color of the people here. I'll come and teach about it later. The color. And I'll give you the quotation in the Bible that suggests that people in Africa or people in the Bible were Africans. So see, this is the daily offerings that the Most High ordained to the Israelites. All right. And if you continue reading, you see that the Most High told them that they should continue this all their lives. They should continue this all their life. Now let me read on verse 9. On the Sabbath day, offer 2 one-year-old male lambs without any defects, 2 kilograms of flour mixed with olive oil, and as a grain offering, and the wine offering. This burnt offering is to be offered every Sabbath in addition to the daily offerings with its wine offering. So the daily offering every day within the year, 365 days in a year, every day, 1 lamb in the morning, 1 lamb in the evening. On Sabbath, Saturdays, 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. So calculate how many lambs or how many animals the Most High in the Bible was taking every year. Who told you God doesn't like animal blood? Who told you? 1 lamb in the morning, 1 in the evening. On Sabbath, double in the morning, double in the evening. Wine, strong one, 1 liter. That's even more than, right? That's even more than 1 snap bottle. That's even more than 1 snap bottle. Could you imagine, Paul? Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Keep on sharing the video and let it go live. Keep on sharing the video. Keep on sharing the video. Keep on sharing the video. We are not done yet. We are not done yet. So all these things are in the Bible, African culture. And we do these things in our families too. In our storehouse, we do these things there. In our storehouse, we do these things there. And Christians have been judgmental, telling us that what we are doing is demonic and satanic and stuff, blah, 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 blah. But they don't even know the Bible that they are holding. That all these things are here, in here. Now let me give you a prophecy in the Bible that says that this thing I just read to you in Numbers 28, the daily offerings. There's a prophecy in the Bible that it will be discontinued by the Abrofo, by the Europeans. Let me take you to Daniel. Now, Daniel chapter 11, verse 30. Daniel chapter 11, verse 30. I'm using the Good News Bible. Daniel chapter 11, verse 30. What does it say? Good News Bible, it says, the Romans will come in ships and oppose him, and he will be frightened. Then he will turn back in a rage and try to destroy the religion of God's people. He will follow the advice of those who have abandoned that religion. Which religion of God's people? Tradition. Traditionalists. We are continuing. I'm coming to show it to you that there's a prophecy here that the daily offerings I just read to you will be abandoned and to be called by the Europeans. So let me start from verse 30 again. The Romans will come in ships and oppose him. He'll be frightened. Then he will turn back in a rage and try to destroy the religion of God's people. He will follow the advice of those who have abandoned that religion. Some of his soldiers will desecrate the temple. They will stop the daily sacrifices and set up the awful horror. By deceit, the king will win the support of those who have already abandoned their religion. But those who follow God will fight back. So there's the prophecy here in the Bible saying that the daily offerings I just read to you in Numbers 28. Go and read it. The Romans will come and they will desecrate our temples and they will stop the daily sacrifices. Hasn't it been stopped in Christianity? Do you do the daily sacrifices? It has been stopped. In Christianity, do you do the daily sacrifices? Does your pastor pour wine? Does your pastor offer popoi and eto? Does your pastor offer animal blood? No. So it has been discontinued. So this one is not a lie. And the religion of God's people, who are the God's people? Those who do these things. Those who offer blood. Those who offer wine. And those who offer food offering. And when you continue, he said what? After they destroy it and remove these daily offerings, what would they set in place? They will set in place the daily horror. What is this? Yes, the awful horror. The awful horror. What's an awful horror? Abomination. What's the abomination? The abomination is that they are saying that a man called Jesus came to die. And when he died, God used that man's blood to cleanse the whole world. That's abomination. The Most High does not accept human sacrifice. It is abomination. It's an awful horror. An awful horror. Because the Most High does not accept human sacrifice. That's an awful horror. An abomination. And ever since you believe this, you have never heard from any angel in your life before. You have never heard from any deity in your life before. And the angels in your families too are hunting you. Yes, they want to kill you. Because you are a prodigal son. Go back to them. Now let me take you back to Deuteronomy. So that you know that those angels in your homes, those river deities in your villages, were set over there by the Most High and no one else. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. Chapter 32, verse 7. It says, think of the past, of the time long ago. Ask your parents to tell you what happened. Ask the old people to tell you of the past. The Most High assigned nations their lands. He determined where people should live. He assigned to each nation a heavenly being. 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 So, there are spirits that we call territorial spirits that were put on lands by the Most High, on nations. So if you are a Nigerian, unless you are connected to Ghana, you don't come to Ghana and take Ghanaian deities and worship or serve them. No, you are wrong. If you are an African, unless you are connected to Europe, you don't take a European deity and worship it. You are wrong. So Africans are wrong by going to take European deities, ship them in Africa here because the European man brought them here. Now they are no more, but our pastors are now doing the work of the European, brainwashing their own people and making friends in our homes. The angels in our homes, who are supposed to be our friends, the angels are making them our enemies. I mean, the pastors are making those angels our enemies. How are they making them our enemies? They are making them our enemies in the sense that they are teaching us things that are untrue. that we are spitting on those angels in our homes. We are doing things that we don't care anymore. Food that we are not supposed to eat, we are eating them. We are dating ourselves. We are doing all sorts of things. When I was born 30 years ago, our society was so clean and neat, and our morals were intact. You put something down, you go for weeks, nobody will take it. If anybody takes it, it will be to keep for you. But today that there are temples everywhere, every corner there is a church, every corner there is a church. You enter everywhere, people will put knife on you, trying to take your money. Sunday, they dress and go back and sit in church. Why? Because the pastors are teaching them that someone called Jesus came to die and cleanse all their sins. So they are only cleansed by believing that Jesus is their savior. Simple. This is madness. This is nonsense. It's madness. That's why we are having moral archaicness. This is why our morality has sickened, has blackened. So Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 8 made us aware that the Most High assigned to each nation a heavenly being. If you go to Micah 2, Micah 2 will tell you that even though all the nations